All right, let's dive in, folks. Today, we're exploring a really fascinating aspect of design, how site context constraints can profoundly impact a client's goals. You see, it's not just about creating a pretty space. It's about leveraging the environment to your advantage. Just think back to that time when you were stuck in a poorly designed office where you could barely see outside. Frustrating, right? That's what we're diving into today. Designers really need to be on their A game.
Right. And, what do you mean by sufficient space? Like, how do you measure that? Is it just about square footage?
Great question. It's definitely more than just numbers on a page. Picture this. If a space looks massive but is awkwardly shaped, imagine a giant L shape. It could actually feel smaller because it's not usable. And then you've got structural columns. Think of them like those annoying party crashers in your living room, messing with your views and functionalities. So the question remains, are those columns a problem or a cool design challenge?
Oh, wow. That's a wild way to think about it. So how do you figure out if they'll actually get in the way, though? Like, do designers do mock-ups?
Absolutely. Designers often create layouts or even 3D models to visualize how everything will fit together. It's akin to building your own digital Lego set, but you can't forget about functionality and utility access. These elements are crucial too. And, oh man, local building codes, they can feel like the ultimate buzzkill. You might have this brilliant idea, and then, local regulations might slam the brakes on your creativity.
Oh no, not the dreaded code compliance. So I guess the building's location plays a huge role too, huh? Like, how does where it's located affect the design?
Exactly. Location is everything. Think of it as picking a place for a picnic. If you choose a spot with a gorgeous view but no restroom, that's going to be a major issue, right? In the same way, a project's location, whether it's ground level or a penthouse, comes with different code requirements and design pros and cons. Plus, consider transportation. If a space is accessible by public transport, it can attract talent. If not, good luck getting anyone to make that trek.
Wait, so if someone, chooses a spot that's super hard to get to, would that, like, make employees unhappy? I mean, I'd probably lose motivation if my commute was a nightmare.
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head. Poor transportation options can totally hinder project success. It's also about considering community dynamics and shared mobility. Designers have to ask, what are the transit options for all employees? It's essential to document that. Let's pivot a bit. When it comes to those stunning external views, a thorough site analysis can really help. How do you think you'd design to leverage amazing views while dealing with the unsightly stuff?
Oh man, I'd probably want floor-to-ceiling windows everywhere to soak it all in. But what about the bad views? Like, the back of a dumpster?
Haha, exactly. You wouldn't want that eyesore in your line of sight, would you? It might call for strategic design modifications. Maybe incorporate some creative plant screens or artwork to hide those undesirable views. And remember, window placement is more than just aesthetics. It reflects your company's brand, culture, and privacy requirements. It's a major balancing act.
Wow, I never thought about windows having so much, power. What about solar orientation? Does that really affect the design?
Oh, big time. Think of a plant. If it doesn't get enough sunlight, it wilts, right? The same principle applies to buildings. Identifying solar exposure is crucial for aesthetics, heat gain, and daylighting. It's vital for creating a comfortable workspace. Now, let's consider historical contexts. Understanding previous uses of the site can also inform your design updates. It's like discovering a treasure chest filled with stories that can elevate the project.
That's super intriguing. So, you definitely have to keep an eye on zoning regulations too?
Absolutely. Zoning is like the game rules for land use, site setbacks, and even historic preservation. Imagine the penalty box in hockey. You definitely do not want to end up there. If there's a change in a building's use, you have to take a trip to local authorities to sort through new code requirements. The last thing you want is to be caught off guard due to code compliance issues. That's a real buzzkill.
Wow, this is turning out to be quite the puzzle, isn't it? How do you gather all this information and ensure it meets everyone's needs?
Exactly. It's all about programming, gathering and analyzing client and user needs while considering existing conditions. Think of it as creating a roadmap that ensures the design meets both functional and cultural goals. The process is just as important as the end result, allowing you to create spaces that truly resonate.
Wow, so there's so much more to design than just aesthetics. I love how this is coming together. It's like we're crafting an entire experience.